Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, know the voice, no guys, me, really rough, villain rough, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, I'm ready to rant. No recap or nothing. No games on yesterday. How exciting! And guess what? No games on tomorrow. So we have one game on Tuesday, and then no games on Wednesday, and then we're back to a slate on Thursday. Very dark times here for me. But you know what? I'm gonna continue to turn out content. I'm gonna continue to give you this podcast. And whether we're talking about a game that's happening 2 days from now or the next day, I'm gonna talk about it. But I'm ready to rant. I kind of have a rant. Do you want to hear me rant? It doesn't matter if you want to hear me rant or not, because if you don't want to hear me rant, you have a perfectly good fast forward button that actually works, and you can go ahead and skip past all of that. And if you would like to hear me rant, well, you're going to hear me rant about the All-Star voting because it was very, very interesting. And it made me go back and look at my futures. And All-Star voting gives you at my idea, it gives you a very good idea of where your futures stand. And so there's a couple of things that I want to talk about here. I'm just going to talk about all the futures that I can in this one little moment. I know this looks a little bit weird, but bear with me for a second. So here's how the voting came in for All-Star. You have Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier, who are both going to be team captains. And this put into perspective with me a couple of things. Let's start with my favorite future, which is right now the Allisha Gray 14-1 to win most improved. Despite seeing her fan rank come in at 7 a couple of days ago or like a week ago or something like that, I then come back and I see the media ranks her and the players ranked her as the number one guard, and that's where I had her at as well. She's currently the number one guard in the league with how she's playing, averaging 20 points per game. She's made a tremendous leap from last year to this year and has jumped into that atmosphere where this is her third All-Star game and her first time starting. Very well, very much is deserving Allisha Gray of this opportunity. And so it makes me feel good because this shows me that the media sees that she's having a great year. And when it comes to the end of the year and it's time to give out awards, is she going to win MVP? Probably not, but they're going to want to reward her with something. When you think about most improved, and I couldn't find the most improved odds before jumping on the show, but I do remember from what I saw previously, Brittany Sykes was up there as a favorite at plus like 3 something or something like that. You had Gabby Williams, who was up there as a favorite for the award as well. And look at Gabby. Gabby, media 7, player rank 7 in the front court. You've got Brittany Sykes 6, player rank 7 in the back court. So I see it. Everybody sees what Allisha Gray is doing this year, and I feel really, really good about having a 14-1 future on her to win most improved right now. So that's that. I don't know what that is going to open up at. If you see the numbers, let me know, shout it out. And if she's any worse or any better, then I think any better, I think it's a pretty good shot. Like, think she's a great bet. So I'm glad that I got 14-1 on her. If they open her up something crazy, like what if it opens up and they're buying into some other narrative and Allisha Gray is now 20-1? I'm going to bet it again. This proves to me that Allisha Gray, what I thought was having a great year, the players see it, the media sees it, and the media votes at the end of the year. So I feel good about the Allisha Gray ticket in my pocket. Now, Napheesa Collier MVP. I still feel really good about the Napheesa Collier is going to win MVP at the end of the year. However, I will state this MVP race is very interesting for 2 reasons. One, the media ranked A'ja Wilson as the number 1 player in the front court. Also, the players ranked her number 1 as well. So in a year where we think A'ja is down and she's not having her best year, the players and the media both still think she's the best player in the league. And so I'm really, really interested in how that works out when we get to the end of the year of MVP. But this is, again, not saying that this is set in stone. This is just all star, but it does show you what people are thinking. And they're still thinking, if you look at it, the league is still Asia Wilson and Napheesa Collier, because you go to the next leading candidate for MVP in terms of the books at plus 220, 275, something like that, is Caitlin Clark. The media has her ranked third. They understand. Allisha Gray is having a great year. She's the best guard right now. Sabrina Ionescu is playing amazing ball right now. And then Caitlin Clark, who's only played in 9 games this season, been battling injuries. She hasn't shot the ball well when she's been in the game. They're not willing to just go ahead and anoint her the face of the league in terms of MVP because she just hasn't played to that level yet. And so it shows me that where the fans are quick to say Caitlin Clark is an MVP, the media still understands there's a hierarchy here. And so Asia Wilson at 60 to 1 to win MVP looks very tempting right now, knowing that the media still holds her in very much high regard. And all it takes is a big turnaround from her. Well, not even a big turnaround. She's averaging 20 and 10. So it's really not a big turnaround. But if she goes back to and reverts back to the 27, 28 points per game that she was doing last season, she's still in it for the MVP. I still think it's fee, but it looks like Asia is very much in it. And so those are really the big takeaways of my futures market here in the WNBA looking at the fan vote. That's really what I got from that. I feel really good about my Allisha Gray future to win most improved. And I still feel okay about Napheesa Collier. I don't have any concern as of right now of Caitlin Clark being the person to take MVP from her. It could only be some crazy masterclass type of season from Asia Wilson in the back half of the season that would force some the voters' hands. But for me, I still feel pretty good about my Napheesa Collier plus 275 future. Or no, I got plus 350. Yeah, I got plus 350. So my Napheesa Collier plus 350 future for her to win MVP. So that's that. Quick little slight little rant. We only got one game to talk about. I got a couple of plays here for player props, but I just want to talk about that for a second. All right. Now we can get into the meat and bones, what everybody wants to talk about. And I'm sure there are probably some people that fast forwarded over to this second right here. But first, I gotta talk to you about the winner of the Isaiah Thomas signed jersey. Can I please, my people, my listeners, everybody around, please give me a drum roll? Thank you. I appreciate actually drum rolling and, making me think that I actually did something there. And for those that didn't, well, we're not friends. All right. Winner of the Isaiah Thomas signed jersey is King Wizard. Shout out to King Wizard. He said he need that Zeke jersey. I got you. He's got that Zeke jersey right there. Isaiah Thomas signed Bad Boys Pistons jersey. Make sure you send an email over to mailbag at fantasypros.com with proof of your subscription to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and your mailing address, and we will get that jersey over there to you. So make sure you do that. Email mailbag at fantasypros.com with proof of your subscription to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and your mailing address. Wow. I would love to see like his remark. Like what was the thought when it was like, oh, it was like, oh, I won? Like, is that how you responded? Ah, I won? Or was it like, oh, that's cool. Okay, I'll do that. Like, I wonder how he responded when he heard this and realized, or she heard this and realized that they won. I'm curious. All right. Oh yeah, I have another jersey contest to talk to you about. Clyde Drexler. We got a Clyde Drexler jersey. Subscribe over there to the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Comment on any Fast Break Bets video, and you'll have a chance to win that jersey at the end of July. Clyde Drexler. All right. Let's talk about the two plays that I have to give out to you here. Wow. A really long episode for me not to have given out a play yet. Some people are going to be upset, but that's why I have timestamps. All right. First play. I just talked about her. MVP. Wow, that's actually harder to say when you're saying it out loud rather than when you're typing it on Twitter. So I'm not going to do that ever again. But Napheesa Collier over 22.5 points. I think this is a ladder opportunity for her. She has been very good recently. I mean, this has been her all year. She's been like this all year. So it's really nothing like, oh, she's just been like, this has been Napheesa Collier all year. She's been so dominant. Nobody can keep up with her. She's constantly able to get to her spot. And then it's the offense as well. And Cheryl Reed putting her in great positions with the basketball and without the basketball, where she's able to cut back door and the guards, whether it's Courtney Williams or whether it's Kayla McBride, they know how to make plays and get her the basketball where she can get some of those easy points as well. Napheesa Collier is so dominant. I think that she is walking into a back-to-back Commissioner's Cup MVP award. And so over 22.5 points here. She's had over this in 7 of her last 10 games. She's been over this number in her last 2 games versus the Indiana Fever with 31 and 26 points respectively. I think that this is really more so a fade of anybody on the Fever defensively being able to keep up with Napheesa Collier. I think she'll be able to have her way. If we looked up and at halftime she had some 16, 17, 18 points, I would not be surprised here. They want to go get this money. It's $500,000 at the end of this. The Minnesota Lynx knows what it's like to win this before, and I think that they really want to be the only team to be able to do it back to back, and they have a very, very good chance with Caitlin Clark most likely out of the lineup here. So I think Napheesa Collier is going to do what she's done all season and put on another MVP of performance. I like Napheesa Collier to go over 22.5 points. Play number 1. And then play number 2 is going to come down to Courtney Williams. I like Courtney Williams to go over 9.5 RA. 9.5 rebounds and assists. She's been over this number in 3 straight games. She's been over this in 5 of her last 9. And you also look at what she's done against the Indiana Fever. She's been over this in 3 straight games against the Indiana Fever, 11, 10, and 11 RA combined in all of those games. So you have an Indiana Fever team that likes to shoot threes. And they will. They'll shoot a good number of them. And I think that leads out to a lot of long rebounds. And so that's why Caitlin Clark is also able to get a lot of long rebounds when she is a good rebounding guard. Courtney Williams does the same exact thing. She grabs those, goes up and gets them, grabs those long rebounds. She's not afraid to go down and get dirty and grab rebounds as well. She's been very, very good rebounding basketball. And then she's got Napheesa Collier. And that Courtney Williams and Napheesa Collier pick and roll has been deadly all season. She's been very, very good initiating the offense. I think the Indiana Fever are going to have issues defensively in this game. And the Minnesota Lynx are very, very good at home. That's where Courtney Williams feels like herself. And she said it. They asked her, what does she think about winning the Commissioner Cup title? And she's like, I don't care about the title. I want that bag. I want the money. I want to get the bag. And so I think she's going to do everything she can to help set her teammates up. And so the 9.5 RA has been very, very good for Courtney Williams. And because it's dropped back down to 9.5 and they haven't made an adjustment on it, I'm going to continue to play it. I like over 9.5 RA for Courtney Williams. That is play number 2. And that rounds out my card for the Commissioner Cup final. We have Napheesa Collier over 22.5 points. Courtney Williams over 9.5 rebounds and assists. And then I also have a third play for you in yesterday's episode. Make sure you go check it out. I'm at really real __ on X. Make sure you give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok at BettingPros on at BettingPros NFL on Instagram and YouTube.com/BettingPros, where you can, again, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, have a chance to win that Clyde Drexler signed jersey. With that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way to end the podcast. Just going to like this week are out of here.